Hello, everybody. You may notice I'm in a new location today for the filming of this. Um, today I thought I was going to answer the question that I got after my first video, which is how do you allocate attention to the most important causes? So if you remember, my first video on Facebook talked about how essentially people were treating the death of Khashoggi as very, very important, and people were treating the death of thousands of Yemenis as not that important. And that was actually backwards, right? And then the question I got after that is, well, we need some way to filter which stories we pay attention to. The visual filter is a great way to filter out 99% of the stories, right? And even if it's not perfect, at least it's limiting our exposure in that way. And I agree with that. It is, you don't have time to investigate every single thing in the world. But my solution is what I call semi-reliable institutional narratives. And that is what we'll be talking about today. So obviously, we don't have time to discuss every issue possible. We don't have time to deeply investigate it, find out what's true. But we do have the ability to discuss and deeply delve into a few important issues, right? So one example of that might be you could deeply understand a tax policy, or you could deeply understand foreign, warfare deaths or something like that, right? And then go out and take a look at the world and see who is accurately reporting on those things, right? So I'll share with you two news sources that I found. Vox and Quillette are both news sources that I love looking at and reading and studying, because on several issues that I have studied very well, they were able to bring unique insights and were honest in their reporting, and even self-critical at times of their own political side. Both Vox is a left-wing, generally considered left-wing news media outlet. Quillette is generally considered more right-wing, but they're both willing to be, investigative. The other day, Vox published something criticizing weed, actually, which is absolutely taboo on the left, right? Everybody supports legalizing weed, but Vox said, well, there's a couple things we might want to think about. Anyway, my point is that in a world where we have limited attention, we should focus it and on those voices that, in our experience, typically best exemplify clear thinking and deep fact checking, right? And if a source, if we can just understand a couple things really well, find out which news sources do a bad job of covering those things, then we can eventually form kind of a ranking of which media outlets we listen to, which people we listen to, who we follow on Twitter, and that's what I think we should do. So that's my invitation, is understand a few things really well, and then when you go and are looking through the news, when you're choosing who to follow on Twitter, see who is covering those things well. And if they're covering those things well, it's more likely they're covering other issues well also. Thanks for your time.